Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for our major technical difficulties. We are back now with a replay and cast of inner DVT game between KeSan and Red. So in the top right hand corner as your Terran player we have Red, who is red, ironic. And in your bottom left hand corner your yellow Protoss player, KeSan. So both of these players are pretty evenly matched, considering KeSan is one of our Masters League player, while Red is a high-level Diamond player. So we've matched these two up to hopefully bring a pretty good game to you. Now, last week, I don't know how many of you tuned in, but we did a casting for the first DVT North American tournament, which went pretty well. The winner of that was Tank. If you didn't get a chance to check that out, you should head over to the Twitch page and take a look at that. That was some pretty good games. So here we have Red throwing down what looks like going to be a wall off. You know, I always wonder how those casters fill this initial time period when they talk. I'm pretty sure they like make it up on the spot because they have to fill this awkward like 5-minute window as everyone sets up their crap and nothing really happens. You know, everyone throws down their walls and shit. Looks like Red is going for that wall off. We see the scout from KeSan going down here, finding out Red is not there. And it looks like Red is going to go over to the opposite corner as well. So neither of these players are going to see each other quite yet. We have that first gateway going down for KeSan. Let's bring up the production tab here. Looks like they're basically equal. Each of them have SCVs, probes in production, one gas going down for each of them, and a racks and a gateway going down as well. So pretty even start for both our players here. Hopefully going to lead up to a pretty good match. We see that looks like Red is saving up minerals here. Probably going to go for a fast expansion down here. Try and get... Nope, did not. What did he do with all that? Oh, he threw it down to go for an orbital. So thought he might be going for the expansion. We have the Cyber going down for Protoss. Pretty standard opening for Protoss. He does seem to have one accidental extra worker on the gas there. The scout finally coming in from KeSan, seeing Red's base. He sees the orbital command, he sees the one gas, and he sees the workers. Oh, he did manage to get by the barricade, but that was up. I guess the supply depot must have been down. I doubt it'll last much longer in here with those two Marines, though. And we see Red with his hidden little SCV here behind the gateway, getting his scout in on KeSan. KeSan Cyber finishes, starts researching warp gate technology, so pretty standard opening for both players here as far as everything is concerned. We are on Whirlwind, by the way. I realize I forgot to mention that, which is a pretty big map, so we should be seeing some big macro play. No fast rushes or anything like that because it's kind of hard to close that kind of a distance. We have a factory going down in production for Red and a Nexus going down for KeSan. So it looks like KeSan's going to go for that first expansion. Now that SCV being forced out of here by that stalker from KeSan. Chrono boosting out a mothership core. Maybe we'll see that standard stalker zealot mothership core push across the map, but I don't know, with the size of the map that would be kind of risky without sending a probe over there to throw up a pylon and call in reinforcements. And I know he's not going for at least that fast forward gate because he threw down the Nexus. See a small little conflict going down in the middle here for control of that Zelnaga tower. And some Marines. Looks like they're moving out of the base. Oh, no. Yeah, there they go. Going to take down that bit of non-buildable terrain. Starport going down for Red here. Probably going to switch that with the factory. Nope, not going to switch that with the factory. Just going to put out those standard medevacs. That stalker getting chased out by those 5 Marines. Not gonna even try that here. I just realized I can drop that. Robo in production from KeSan. Looks like we might see some Colossus tech on the field to deal with those Marines. Maybe he thinks Red is going for a mass bio build, which possibly is. I don't play as much Terran as I'd like, so all I can say is from past replay experience, he might be going for a Siege Tank Marine Murado combo. And it looks like we have a drop heading out of Red's base, going down the bottom side of the map here. Loaded up 6 Marines in there. We'll keep an eye on that. Red and KeSan, both some of our better players, so you can definitely expect some good gameplay out of them. KeSan did not transfer probes, however. I'm a little surprised by that. He's got the 4 gate up right now, but no units, so this drop from Red could be a little bit deadly. Just that one stalker, 2 stalkers, sorry, out in the middle. And that mothership core back at home is all the defense he really has, but he has those warp gates, so he can get 4 units down. And that observer coming out of the robo, going to get some sight down on Red's base. Everyone knows scouting is crucially important in StarCraft. It gives away everything you need to know about your opponent's build, exactly what you need to build. It's one of the reasons I like StarCraft so much is the mind games. And we have this drop going down in the main, killing a lot of those probes. KeSan trying to call back those reinforcements to deal with this. Meanwhile, those Marines are going to try and take down that assimilator, but Photon Overcharge going down on the Nexus and forcing this drop out of here. Looks like he pulled most of those probes down here to keep mining. And but he's going to go for the drop into the natural. Try and kill a few more probes with those last 5 Marines before those stalkers and zealots clean them all up. And, another Photon Overcharge. Oh, no, that was the mothership. I'm sorry. I was going to say, that would have been a huge amount of energy. He did at least get that Photon Overcharge out of the mothership, though, so he called out that energy, and now all it has left is enough for 1 time warp at the moment. We see Red throwing down another gas, going into that Marauders, and a couple siege tanks on the field. I do like the fact that the Terran doesn't have to research siege on their siege tanks anymore. That always kind of baffled me. Forge going down for the Protoss player over here. And we do have that robotics bay. So we probably will be seeing that Colossus play going down here. And it looks like it's going to be just what I thought. Mass bio tanks versus what's looking like Zealot Stalker Colossi from KeSan. So it should be it's looking like this matchup's a little bit more in KeSan's favor. We also have a Twilight Council going down. Stim being researched a little bit late for Red here. +1 defense going down for Protoss as well. And another command center in production. Looks like he's going to try and take that 3rd. Maybe he'll get an economic advantage over our Protoss player here, which might be exactly what he needs to catch up. Let's take a look at the units tab right now. 35 SCVs to 36 probes, but it looks like he has Protoss outnumbered unit-wise right now, so maybe now would be a good time to push, I don't know, before those Colossi hit the field. None yet. Another observer coming out. That Twilight Council just being finished. Let's take a look at the units lost tab. So far in KeSan's favor, having only lost 7 units, I think most of those, if not all, were probes, and definitely the resource loss going against Red in this case, 550 to 330. So we'll go back to the production tab right now. Actually, let's check the resources tab first. We have Red coming up on almost a supply block, actually. You better get those supply depots down, that command center, 2 being done right there. Go back over to the production tab. Gotta get these hotkeys down. Sizable Protoss force up now. I think Red has kind of lost his chance to push there. Zealot charge on the way. That is a powerful tool against Terran. When those Marauders and Marines go on the retreat, those charge lots can just run in there and rip them apart. We also have DT Shrine going down. Maybe going to see some drop play in the Terran base out of the Protoss, take out some of those SCVs, or maybe Archons. The new cost of that DT Shrine does make it easier to get Archons out. Costs 100 less gas, which, you know, every little bit counts. Still no Colossi, which I'm a little surprised about. This 3rd Nexus going down for the Protoss player, trying to even up the odds a little bit. We do have this Orbital Command also finished. No workers on it yet, but it looks like... Oh, small force from Red moving out there. That observer will see it. Does he think that's his whole army, though? Is it? No, 3 siege tanks moving down, but the observer is going to get a sight on those as well. We have a scan going down from Red on the Protoss main base. Does he know about that 3rd yet? KeSan knows about Red's 3rd, but Red does not know about KeSan, so he thinks he has the economic advantage pushing out with his forces here. This could be not in his favor. That mass amount of Zealots with Zealot charge, which is done. Concussive shells is being researched, though, so that should slow down some of those Zealots. We have a Templar Archive going down. We're going to see some storms. So it looks like we have almost all tech minus Stargate on the field here. I'm still surprised we haven't seen... He threw down that bay, but we still haven't seen any Colossi. I'm not sure what's up with that. And we have that that observer going down, and these charge lots running in. Time warp going down on the units. Those medevacs trying to pick them up, get out of there. Those siege tanks going to be ripped apart. For some reason, those medevacs are not moving. Two of them getting out of there, dropping their units over here where they're just going to get ripped apart again by those charge lots. Another time warp going down, and the Terran is in full retreat now. There's nothing he can do against that massive amount of charge lots, just forced to retreat, losing quite a few units there. Definitely not in his favor at all. 2,700 lost, 28 units. So definitely the disadvantage right now for Red. We see another forge going down here. Looks like we're gonna go for some double tech research. Still, DT taking apart some of those SCVs at Red's expansion over here. Just like I said, some drop play from the Protoss. So that army coming back, probably going to see a scan. Yep, that DT is host, but you know, managed to get a solid amount of kills down there for KeSan, definitely giving him the economic boost he needed. And there is that Colossus that I've been waiting for. Personally, one of my favorite units for the Protoss, with that siege and that that usefulness against bio, which I love, especially against Zerg, where everything is bio. Some High Templar up here on the high ground with storms on the way, just finished. So, and some more Zealots being warped in. We do have +2 weapons and +1 armor being researched for Terran, as well as another starport being thrown down. But will that be enough to compete with Protoss's +3 armor and +1 weapons? I don't think so. Protoss definitely taking the lead with upgrades. And with the larger overall army tab, right now, let's take a look at the army tab? Yes, units. 4 High Templar, 20 Zealots with charge, which is going to be devastating against those 19 Marauders. Those charge lots get up close, and there's not much those Marauders can do. We have that first Colossus hitting the field, which I'm happy to see, and maybe we'll see a push from KeSan soon. Not sure. We see him Red trying to rally his forces for another push, mass Marauders with concussive shells, possibly hoping to slow down those Zealots with their charge. Definitely a good macro coming out of the Terran player, though. 5 rack, 2 starport. He's also going for those, trying to get out those upgrades. +3 weapons and +2 armor on the way. Scan down showing him the Protoss forces. Does he feel confident enough to engage? No, but the Protoss will get a scout down on that army with that one valiant Zealot running in there and absolutely getting hosed by those Marauders. +3 armor and still +1 weapon being researched for Terran. We have a Dark Templar moving out across the field, maybe going to try and do some more economic damage to the Terrans. Let's switch over to the production tab here. We have Thermal Lance coming. Maybe we'll see a timing push as soon as that Thermal Lance finishes. Maybe plus that +3 armor will be what he needs. +1 weapons done, +2 being researched now. Combat Shield going down for Marines. We see a Ghost Academy going down. Maybe going to try and EMP some of those High Templars, stop those storms from coming out. Pretty good. That DT going down, only getting a handful of SCV kills there. But still, every little bit counts as long as he gets enough to make up for the cost of the Dark Templar. It was worth it. Another one moving out here. Looks like he's just going to keep streaming these across the map. I'm surprised he doesn't actually send a proxy pylon up here, maybe over here or something, just make that walk a little bit shorter. But I guess whatever works. We see 2 Colossus out on the field now. As soon as that Thermal Lance is done, that will be something to be feared. Protoss shields going down. Terran 2 and 3 armor and weapons respectively, about to finish. 3 Ghosts on the way. Mobius reactor also being researched. And we see the Protoss moving out towards the center of the map now, taking control of that Zelnaga tower. Going to try and get some map control. Terran trying to macro up some more with that 4th base, matching down with the Protoss's 4th Nexus. But that's going to finish just a little bit sooner if he gets those units over there. Going to get an economic advantage. We also see 2 Stargates going down. So if this land push doesn't work, going to try and transition over to some air. We see the Terran moving out over here, possibly to his detriment, as the Protoss come in and are going to take down this 3rd command center. Looks like Red is just going to keep... Oh, no, there's the callback from Red, but that command center goes down, which is some major economic loss for Red. He really needed that. That one Kawasai trying to escape there. I don't think it's going to happen. No, it goes down. But here's the engagement. Chargelots running in. Storms going down on those units, causing massive damage to all those Marines and Marauders. I do not think there is much Red can do at